check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow Unboxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. Deontay the Bronze Brahmo Wilder has announced on Twitter that him and Luis Ortiz signed a deal for a rematch that's, according to the LA Times, is going to be going down in the LA area, most likely at the Staples Center. Let's chop it up. We back. Goodfellow Sports TV. We in the building. Appreciate the love and support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. And him, like everybody else, knew that Joshua was going to call him out after the Ruiz fight. And Deontay Wilder hurried up and made it be known public that him and Ortiz already signed a deal without a formal date and without a formal venue. And at the end of the day, you can't argue that he ducking Anthony Joshua when he ducking that fade. Whatever reason it's a duck. If you believe he punishing Anthony Joshua for not offering 50-50, or he punishing Anthony Joshua for not for playing him in negotiations. He said they negotiated 5 times and they BS'd him 5 times. And whatever reason it is, it's a duck. You know, at the end of the day, my allegiance is not to Deontay Wilder on my channel. My allegiance is not to Luis Ortiz, Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn, Al Heyman, Jay Diaz, Mark Breland, Rob McCracken, whoever involved. My allegiance is to the sport of boxing and seeing the best fight the best. And Deontay Wilder is a cold-hearted duck. He's a duck. If you like it or not, don't really give a shit, but he a duck. I don't want to see him fight Luis Ortiz again. Luis Ortiz ain't earned the fight. Now, it ain't completely Luis Ortiz's fault. Him and Dillian White should have fought that title eliminator, and the winner could be getting Wilder right now. Obviously, Luis Ortiz getting him anyway. And I would much rather Luis Ortiz grow a pair and fight Anthony Joshua and try to get that belt, and then him and Wilder could have did a big unification bout if it wasn't an immediate rematch with Joshua. But hey, it is what it is. It's boxing. You know, we done seen so many boxers switch up, and like I said before, I did a live stream last week. I think it was the best live stream I ever did. And I said your favorite fighter thinks like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman just honestly admits it. Keith Thurman hasn't switched up on his stance since he came back. You know, and that's the God honest truth. And Deontay Wilder switched up like Errol Spence switched up. And nobody in this game can surprise me now that Deontay Wilder switched up. And that's just the actual fact. This is a rematch nobody wanted. Jim Gray had to check him and be like, nah, bruh, don't nobody want this fight. We don't want this fight. I don't want this fight. Like, down the line, it could have happened, but now it gives you more clarity and more insight on why Luis Ortiz, turned down an Anthony Joshua fight. It wasn't about trying to get $10 million. No, it was that, just like Adam Koznowski, all right? He turned down the AJ fight, said he was promised a Wilder fight. Same thing with Luis Ortiz. This is Al Heyman's doing. Fuck all that Dave promotions and shit with Luis Ortiz. This is about Al Heyman and Deontay Wilder freezing out freezing out Anthony Joshua. Luis Ortiz asking for $10 million versus Deontay Wilder, and most likely this probably gonna be on pay-per-view too. I mean, he asked for $10 million to fight AJ, right? Or $7 million. He not gonna make that versus Deontay Wilder probably. Even in the pay-per-view setting, he not gonna make that. And that lets you know right then and there, the rumors were true. And Shelly Finkel been saying that they gonna fight. We gonna fight Ortiz. We gonna fight, and nobody asked for this fight. Nobody wanted to see this rematch. Ortiz, he had a good comeback fight. He knocked the old boy out. He looked like shit versus Travis Kaufman. His last fight was against Christian Hammer. He looked like shit in that fight. So what has he done to work his way back up to get a championship level shot versus Deontay Wilder? At least we could have said, okay, fight Anthony Joshua, but it's Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel and Wilder freezing Joshua out. Because their feelings got hurt. Because they knew that Anthony Joshua team didn't feel like he was ready to fight Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard this in boxing before, really? Where a 1-belt champion feels like he freezing out a 3-belt champion? Have you ever heard that shit before? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's the unthinkable is happening in the sport of boxing. How can a nigga with one belt, how can a guy with one belt freeze out a guy with 3? Because, I'm America, and I think, man, you ain't Mayweather, Pacquiao. You sold 340,000 pay-per-views or 50,000 pay-per-views with Fury. And now he let that shit go to his head. He had like it was 3.5 million pay-per-view buys. Like, I ain't never heard. That's like you bragging to your boys. You hit the third. That's like you bragging to your boys like you hit the 10th prettiest girl, at work. And it's only 20 of them. You hit the 10th prettiest one. You the middle of the pack. You bragging like, yeah, I hit that 3. I hit that 5. Yeah, I smashed her. Like, nigga, you act like you smashed number 1, 2, 3, or 4, or fucking at least 5. But hey, it's boxing. It's boxing, man. This dude's around here acting like he Mayweather. He think he Big Meech, Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you a one belt champion. Like, you ain't that big in America, bro. You sold 335,000 pay-per-views, and now you think you Mayweather. You letting Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel geek your head up. And he said, why not fight Ortiz 2 times or three times? I'm like, this nigga, man. Like I said before, they can sit there and everybody can hide their true feelings on Wilder. They gonna get here and try to spin out, oh, this is punishment for AJ acting like this. Ain't no real boxing dude that's real in boxing gonna defend Deontay Wilder. Real talk. At this point, if you really about the best fighting the best, I should hear 100,000 videos of motherfuckers keeping it real. But we know that ain't the community we rolling in. All right, that ain't the community we rolling in. And at the end of the day, this is why Ortiz didn't fight Joshua. He was told not to. Let's keep it real. That's why, Ortiz looked bad. He was already promised a Deontay Wilder fight. I will not be buying this fight. I may watch it. Not gonna lie. I may consider going to it if it's in LA. Just give me a reason. You know what? Probably not. I don't know. But at the same time, isn't he dead wrong? Deontay Wilder better not ever call himself the people's champion. I don't give a fuck how many people got a close relationship, how cool they with him. He's a buffoon. He blast AJ for ducking, and now he gonna duck too. And he made sure he made this announcement that we signed this fight before AJ fight with Weaves. Like, how can you sit there and argue this against guys that been saying Deontay they want Wilder, they want the fight, and he was faking negotiations? You can't argue this, man. You can't go back and forth for guys that say Deontay Wilder's a disgrace to America. You can't argue this because right now he is a disgrace. He is a joke. He is holding his nuts on us. He did turn from I want all the smoke to free smoke to businessman. He went from blue collar to shirt and tie. And that's just what it is. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm like I said before, I live without the heavyweight division for the last 19 years, bruh. All right, I can live without it some more. I can live without it some more. I hope Ortiz win, to be honest. I hope Ruiz win this weekend. So this can set the standard on stop marinating. We need a Jared Hurd special. We need a J-Rock and Jared Hurd special. Don't nobody care about Luis Ortiz at this point. Like, he got to do something relevant. He need to fight a Fury. He need to fight a White. Shit, a Trevor Bryan at least, god dang. But hey, it is what it is, man. People gonna rationalize this shit. People gonna say, oh, yeah, we gotta support the champ. I ain't supporting none of that shit. Until he step in the ring with AJ, I ain't supporting it. Period. And he a clown for this shit, for real. He a Bozo the Clown. You know what I'm saying? You might as well give him a unicycle and 4 bowling pins. And people sat here and put their reputation and name on their line for Deontay Wilder. People put their whole channel name and shit on the line. And Deontay Wilder turned fraud. He's a fraud. At the end of the day, no matter what his reasoning is, because they disrespected us and whoop-de-whoop-whoop-whoop, if the money right, you should be fighting. I hope he lose. I'm sorry. And this ain't personal. I like the guy as a fighter. I defended him before, but I hope he lose. I hope he lose to teach other fighters to stop marinating. I hope Andy Ruiz beat AJ too. I hope he lose. I'm going to keep saying it. I hope he lose. Because stop marinating. I hope he get knocked out where he ain't going to fight no more. I hope he just give up the will to fight because we need some more upsets. And I hope the same thing on Anthony Joshua because he played a part in this too in the beginning. Hey, it is what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Let me know how y'all feel. I'll link that source in the description from that tweet. Don't forget, check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Check out my website, promo code description. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. Want to make a donation? The links in the description as well. Best way to help out, share the video.